discovered that speeds up the process of being able to train custom GPTs is to have what I call a main brand assets folder. This folder contains everything that an AI would need to know contextually, to have the backstory on a brand in order to be able to effectively create content, branded content in the brand's voice for that brand. So these include things like our core messaging, our market differentiators, recent reports or pillar assets that we've released, an example of an article that's been written, an article or two. For us, it also means a copy of our newsletter, brand personas for our ICPs. So for instance, a copy of our newsletter that goes on LinkedIn is targeted to a different audience than the audience that we're targeting with our in-house email that goes out to our subscribers. So the AI would get a copy of, not a copy, but would get a PDF that includes several issues of our newsletter, a separate PDF that includes several issues of our email that we send out to our subscribers. And then any information that AI would need to know about the specific task at hand. So the brand assets folder is really designed to help the AI get in the mindset of the brand, to understand what it is that we've done, our accomplishments, it's our corporate profile, anything that would help a human understand who it was writing for, like who he or she was writing for. Anything that would help a human to understand who he or she was writing for is the same thing that I would give to an AI. And then once I've fed the core brand assets that it needs to understand who we are and what we're about, then I will give it a brief, basically a content brief that outlines specifically, like if it's an article, a content brief that outlines specifically what the article is going to be about, like the title, the angle, the tone, the word count, what type of article it is, whether it's informational or listicle or roundup or a strategy post or, like insights post. I give it, the people also ask stuff like what I'm actively seeing as visible in the SERPs for content that has already ranked on the similar topic. And then I give it send it a note that gives it creative freedom. Like if you think of anything else, or if you see anything else that needs to happen, or something else that you feel like is pertinent to talk about based on who you know that we are, that is important, because it can't just be based on if you see something else out in the wild. It has to be based on what the AI knows about you. So if it knows what your differentiators are, what your positioning is, the wins that you've already had, the types of clients that you serve, what your goals are for this year versus 3 years from now versus 5 years, then it will be able to create content that is specific to your audience, and that caters to, undergird, supports the goals that your organization has already set, like the goals that have already been set for your organization. So yeah, I call it the main brand assets folder, and it contains everything that an AI needs to know to be effective as my helper.